When we make friends with a feeling like depression, anxiety, fear, could be anything, right? Revulsion, whatever feeling we often hate to feel. When we make friends with that feeling, it actually turns into intuition. It turns into one of the best parts of us that will actually help ourselves. I saw a social media post yesterday that was talking about follow your intuition, not your feelings. Kind of the inference was that your feelings and my feelings are somehow like our lower human selves, and we need to rise above and ascend through kind of the higher principles of connecting to our intuition instead of our feeling. No, that's only if you are not embodied. That's only if you haven't done shadow work and actually fallen in love with your human self. We can't ascend if our human selves, we're at war with our human selves, right? It's utterly impossible to ascend through just higher ideals or spiritual alignment only, right? Because you and me, we're in a body right now and we need to ascend, right? So part of this is take a feeling that you may feel is overshadowing you right now. You may hate it, right? So let's just say it's depression. And let's just say that it's getting really bad and you are feeling it every day. You're also trying to get out of it. So you're doing some things that are helping you, but ultimately it's this constant feeling that you have. Depression is somewhere along the lines, like a depression. You've suppressed your real needs and desires. You've suppressed your anger, your fear, your real feelings. Somewhere along the line, you've learned or had to, because there was nobody supporting you, to suppress your big basic needs to just be, to have, to express, all of it. When we learn to live, right, with something like depression, or when we learn to live with anxiety, right, it's almost missing the point. The point is when we know how to be with our feelings, they transmute back into self-love, back into the self-support that we were always needing. But the trick is to actually follow that feeling, right? I've got it all in my book because it's too much to say here, right? But to follow the feeling, when you follow that feeling, let's say it's depression, when you follow that feeling and you literally just follow its wisdom all the way down, and that's where you would close your eyes and just sit with it and go, okay, I'm depressed. But what is it really leading me to? It is always going to be leading you back to some kind of self-love, some kind of self-support. It may be that you reach out and get help genuinely for the first time. It may be that you are going to just be completely kind to yourself and you're like, I'm just going to sit on the bed because that's all I can do right now. And that surrender to it kind of shifts something in you. You're not putting yourself down, hating on yourself anymore. Something in you has expanded and just opened up. There is a lot we can do with our feelings. And since I made friends with depression, now I understand that if I ever feel it, right, for me, it's leading me back to express some suppressed part of me. For me, it's probably going to be anger, or it's going to be feeling like disillusioned, or there's no way out. There's something that needs to come up and out. And that's when I yell it out, shout it out, cry it out, whatever it out. But I literally keep going until it's out. I work with many depressed people, and one of the first things they tell me, a lot of them are on antidepressants, is that, I say, well, when was the last time you got your anger out? And they're like, no, I'm not an angry person. It's like, right, that's part of the problem. You've never felt that you could just righteously express how you feel and let it out. And what we do to get my clients out of depression, we do a lot of feeling work, right? I get them feeling and expressing and telling and shouting and dancing and moving constantly. Constantly. And what happens is their body empties out of the heaviness, right? Because you've got to let it out. So I give them a lot of support, and then guess what? They all come off the antidepressants. Not because it's hard, not because they're not ready. We do it exactly when they're ready, but we do it because they've made friends with this part of them that used to get them down. So this is shadow work, right? I've taught it for 17 years. I absolutely love it. It's literally going into the dark so you can come back out light. It is the opposite of just thinking positive. It is the opposite of just getting on with it. It is the opposite of thinking or feeling like you should suppress or deny how you feel, right? This is shadow alchemy. So to the person that wrote the post saying that essentially follow your intuition and your feelings are just whatever, no, you're always going to be at war with your feelings. When we make friends with our feelings, they turn into intuition. They turn into the intuition that tells us which way to go, right? Should I make this decision? Should I make that decision? They actually turn into our guides. They turn into the most incredible guidance system, right? Now I've made friends with all of my feelings. I have the most amazing guidance system because I trust my feelings now. I know that when I'm feeling something, I don't need to jump into my head to sort of think things through. I'm going, hey, wait a minute, something doesn't feel right. I feel scared. Yeah, you know what? I don't feel safe with this person. I don't feel emotionally safe with this person, so I'm not going to hang out with them. Perfect. Intuition, beautiful. So, sending you lots of love for wherever you are on your journey, and absolutely make friends with whatever feeling is overshadowing your day right now. And conversely, if you have a feeling that you can't step into, right? It might be your desire. It might be that you're fucking fabulous. It might be that you're successful. It might be that you're rich. Again, step into that. Actually go into your feelings to start falling in love with all of your feelings, because ultimately what you want at the end of the day is to be able to slide very beautifully between sadness and happiness and whatever the dark, whatever the light feelings are, right? So that you can use all of them as your guidance system, right? Because everything, we've been made perfectly. There's not one bit of you or me that's been made like wrong or badly. We've been made perfectly to guide ourselves through this 3D environment so that we can ascend. I love you.